For the announcement.
From Samstown Hotel and Gambling Hall here in Tunica, Mississippi, Top Rank Incorporated and Budweiser, the king of beers, in association with Frank Gell Promotions and Samstown, proudly present Top Rank's main event and is approved by the Mississippi State Athletic Commission, the Honorable Billy Lyons, Chairman, the Honorable Fred Ingelis, Commissioner, and the Honorable Sal Tarantano, Chief Deputy Commissioner. Our judges, Fred Steinwander, Chester Como, and Elmo Adolph. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 10-round junior lightweight bout, referee Martin Casino. And now, my good friends, introducing the principals. First in the red corner, wearing the solid black trunks. He weighed in at an even 130 pounds. From Mobile, Alabama, he has 26 wins, only 3 losses with 19 big knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Peter Taliaferro. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the teal green trunks. He too weighed in at an even 130 pounds. All the way from Flushing, Queens, New York, he is undefeated in 40 pro bouts with 28 knockouts. He is the current WBC featherweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Flushing Flash, Kevin Kelley.
Pete and Kevin, y'all received your instructions earlier this evening. I want you to obey my commands at all times. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch them up.
Pete Taliaferro in his corner, facing a champion. And for Kevin Kelley, it is a step up in weight. And as he says, a chance to entertain the public, entertain himself, and we'll see how well he does that.
He also wants to entertain Pete Taliaferro, and that's a bonus in there.
Kelley gets the jab in right off the bat. You've seen Taliaferro before here on ESPN, and he had a very good performance. There is his knockout ratio. He's not a big puncher. Very good performance against Bernard Taylor, but he lost to Calvin Grove here on ESPN just before that. So had a mixed bag, and he had a first-round knockout against Arturo Gatti, got knocked out in June of this past year, and then came back to win on a first-round knockout over Wayne Boudreaux. Kelley, of course, is the featherweight champion, the WBC variety. He's defended his title twice.
In his last bout, that second title defense, he lifted Jose Vita Ramos off the canvas with the knockout shot, sort of reminiscent of Marvin Hagler's second victory over Mustafa Hamsho.
Well, Taliaferro, who is not known for it, standing in and slugging with Kevin Kelley and ripping a couple of good body shots. Dave, is this a good strategy for him, or is it a good sign for Taliaferro that he's able to do this?
I think he wants to be on the inside here. If he can force the action inside, smother Kelley's punches, he would smother the movement of Kelley and take away those angles which Kelley needs to win this fight.
If you can fight a lefty on the inside, you will take away a lot of that advantage.
Get your right-hand lead established, which is what he wants. And, now, Kevin Kelley does a lot in the first round of a fight, not a particularly fast starter. You see a change in him, especially rounds 2 and 3. Does a lot of studying in the first round of a fight. Good shot for Taliaferro to come in and fight this bout where he wants.
Kelley gets a left hand in. I remember doing Kevin Kelley's match in the Olympic Festival some years ago when he was an amateur. And I remember we thought then, this is a young man with a lot of skills and a lot of potential, and boy, he's lived up to all of that with a 40-0 record and winning a championship.
And you see so many fighters in that amateur level, and they don't pan out. Here's a case of a guy that stuck with it, and in the last year has really brought it all together.
Good left hand by Taliaferro. Pete is trying to get that jab in. It's very difficult against the lefty to land your jab. By the way, I want to mention Michael Buffer is not with us this evening. Mainstay here on Top Rank Boxing. It's his birthday today.
Well, happy 50th, Michael, right?
He doesn't look a day over 47. Good-looking, dapper fellow, and we're happy that he had a birthday today.
Shows you what that good living does.
I'm not going to touch that line with a 10-foot ball. Round 1 is concluded.
And Taliaferro on the inside, where he wants to get this fight going, lands a right hand, then a left hand. Kelley retaliates.
We head into round 2, and as Dave pointed out, Kevin Kelley in the green trunks is not normally a quick starter. Featherweight champion sometimes needs a round or two to figure out his opponent and will study them. Even with that, he landed more punches than Taliaferro.
Exact number of punches thrown, too. Taliaferro would take those numbers all night if he could get them. You would expect them to change. Kelley, when he gets moving, will show you some blazing hand speed.
Taliaferro missing with the left hook. Most times, Taliaferro fights a very cautious kind of a fight. He normally throws 50 punches around, and Kelley, in the fights he's been tracked by CompuBox, has averaged 66, so Taliaferro much more active than he normally is in that first round.
I think he knows that he needs to be. He's fighting somebody with a big reputation, a non-title bout here. Must take the action away.
And I think he knows also this is a moment for him. No matter what happens here, whether he wins, loses, he knows that if he can make a statement, it'll help him in the future in the junior lightweight division.
He must look good, and it is easier to look good than win a fight. So he's got that in front of him here. In his last fight, Kelley pretty much lured Vita Ramos in the first round. Same as this. Not much happened in the first round. Vita Ramos got very confident and walked into a bomb in round 2. Down he went, and that fight ended quickly.
It sure looks like some of those left hands that Kelley is just barely missing with might get in. There's one there that gets in. Pete Taliaferro much more aggressive here than we have seen him in other outings on Top Rank Boxing. Of course, he's facing a fighter who's stepping up in weight to fight him. Kevin Kelley may well be a champion, but he is moving up in weight.
We'll see how that power affects Kevin Kelley.
Kelley works on the inside, little uppercuts. Taliaferro missing with those hooks.
You often wonder how somebody will get up for a non-title fight, not at stake. Kelley says he fights every one like it will be his last.
Good right hand by Taliaferro. Some think Kelley takes too many chances and leaves defense at home sometimes. And in this bout, even though Taliaferro's not a huge puncher, he's getting in his shots to Kelley's head. Well, round 2 comes to a conclusion, and it's a pretty competitive battle, perhaps to some people's surprise.
It just gets better.
There's something for both fighters in this exchange. Taliaferro over the top, and then Kelley gets the last laugh. Big right hand coming across, and the left hand missed after that.
We head into round 3. It is scheduled for 10. Kevin Kelley, the WBC featherweight champion, in the green. Pete Taliaferro from Mobile, Alabama, in the black. And they're going 10 rounds in a non-title junior lightweight bout. And you can see how much closer round 2 was.
As Kelley went up 8 more punches and got a few more in, the accuracy improving a lot for both fighters in round 2. Still, we look for a little bit of that foot speed from Kevin Kelley and the angles, which he has not shown so far.
Well, moving up in weight, he's carrying more weight. It is a non-title fight. There may be less of that.
He may want to showcase a few things here and work on a couple aspects of what will have to be his game in heavier fights.
You've got the fight dead even at this point. Every time I think of non-title fights, I think of an old fight, Villamar Fernandez against Alexis Arguello, in the days when Arguello was considered to be absolutely invincible. He went into New York, and Villamar Fernandez, who was a a real clever boxer, just completely outboxed him for 10 rounds. It was one of the more shocking upsets of that era.
And what did that do for Fernandez? Put him in some better situations, and that is what the fighter in the non-title situation wants.
And Fernandez, I believe, went on to fight for, I don't think he ever won the lightweight title, but he fought for it a couple of times.
He did fight for it after that. It's like the first time you're in a non-title fight, it's almost a sacrifice just to show that you can be there and beat the champion.
And Taliaferro, I got to say this for him. He wants this opportunity. He wants to make the most out of it. He is going after Kevin Kelley.
Kelley is letting Taliaferro fight this on the inside. Taliaferro has not had to earn that right, and Taliaferro is really showing a lot of guts here.
Gets whacked with the left hand, but he is nailing Kevin Kelley also. And this is a different Pete Taliaferro than we have ever seen, at least on our show when he's fought. Good left hand by Kelley, but Taliaferro comes back.
He's taking some pretty good shots here.
He must have heard the unwritten law, because it's been this way for the last couple months, the fights you and I have worked. You have to have a great fight here on this show, and he just said, well, I guess I'm going to have to go after Kelley.
I don't want to be the one to have the bad one to ruin the streak.
Don't want to break that streak. Half minute left to go in round 3, and this one has been a slugfest, especially in this round. Pete Taliaferro showing a different personality, and Kevin Kelley, of course, happy to rumble with him. So round 3 comes to a conclusion with the two of these junior lightweights going at each other.
Good rumble on the inside again. Both fighters able to score. Taliaferro with the left hand, and Kelley with the left hand partially gets through.
We head into round 4 in this 10-rounder, and Pete Taliaferro in the black trunks, taking it to the WBC featherweight champion, Kevin Kelley, in this non-title bout, fought at the junior lightweight level.
Kelley starting to open it up a little bit there. In the last round, it ended 44 of 86, so slightly over 50%, the accuracy you expect from him.
And Taliaferro throwing many more punches than he's accustomed to. He normally averages 50 punches per round and lands about 34%.
But with this fight being waged so much on the inside voluntarily, really, by Kelley, not too surprising maybe that Taliaferro opens up. He sees the opportunity here too, and Kelley simply brings that out. Kelley is slightly ahead as I see it. Sometimes fights, especially non-title fights, just settle into a certain kind of a personality. And this one, both fighters are comfortable on the inside trying to work on things.
And both are quite capable of boxing when they want to. In fact, we've seen Taliaferro do that much more often, and Kevin Kelley certainly has lots of good boxing skills. Kelley looks like he's almost switching to righty, Dave, a lot in this fight. I don't remember seeing that much from him in the past, if ever.
No, it's not much, and there you see he's doing a lot of different things. I'm not sure this is wise for fighters. Maybe they think it is as they move up to try to do things that might affect them in future fights. But in the meantime, there's somebody in front of you right now. And one problem with a non-title fight, you can get a headbutt, something could happen, it could affect your other bouts down the line.
We're more than halfway through round 4, and Kevin Kelley continues now to pressure Pete Taliaferro. This is more the Taliaferro that we have seen before, who is a little more cautious, boxing, picking his shots. There's Kelley switching again. So this is something new that he's brought out for this bout, and actually was effective with it there. He is, of course, normally a left-hander.
He showed us something this morning with how quickly he can turn. If you can slip a punch and then become a right-hander immediately, then it can be effective. So Kelley will show you the look, but if he slips a right hand, you'll suddenly see him become a right-hander.
So here in round 4, Kevin Kelley has started to dictate the pace a little bit more, and there he goes down to the body of Pete Taliaferro. So round 4 is history, and we'll see what intrigues round 5 has for you.
When I finish shopping, you know the first thing I do, before I even unpack, I have a Magnum. Well, why not?
I always have my magnums tucked away in the fridge.
It's all wet and cold outside, and I'm curled up in the warm, all cozy. It's wonderful. There's me and my magnum, and everything else can wait. When the phone rings, I let it ring. It's my moment.
I have this nightmare. I go to the fridge for a magnum, and they've all gone.
This film is based on a true story.
Power! We need more power!
Surviving the crash was just the beginning. Arrive premieres soon on Sky Movies.
We're into round 5. That is Kevin Kelley, the champion, WBC featherweight champ, taking on Pete Taliaferro in this junior lightweight match. Kelly stepping up in weight, and as guys will do when they step up in weight, they move less, Dave.
A little less speed, trying for power a little bit more, and Kelley in this case working on the switch from right-hander to southpaw back and forth. It's obviously something he wants to incorporate in his game more. You see him in the last round stepping up and getting a pretty decisive edge as far as punch limit, and Taliaferro's punch total now going down. It was in the 70s earlier, now slipping about 20.
Back to where it normally is, which is around 50. That's where punch profile has tracked him in the past.
And a couple of a point lead there for Kelley as he's starting to open up. Gave Taliaferro the first round, and Kelley has very subtly turned up the heat since then.
Good straight left hand gets in by Kelley. This 27-year-old from Flushing, New York. Really thinks he can make a big mark in the next several years in boxing, and there you see him throw combos on the inside.
And so far we've seen Kelley throughout this entire bout picking his shots, looking to land one at a time and not unloading, even though the fight for him is where he likes it, right in front of him.
One thing we haven't seen from Kelley, a lot of combinations, and he is a very skilled combination puncher normally. Good right hand by Taliaferro. Taliaferro coming back from a one-round knockout loss to Arturo Gotti. Got his own knockout in one round. But it's tough for a fighter when he's been knocked out so early to come back.
Well, Taliaferro here doing what he must now. He should gamble and try to take control of the fight, even if he loses it here, because how long will Kelley fight this way, right in front of him, where Taliaferro could do some damage?
They are going at it here in round 5. Turning into a dogfight. Well, if Kevin Kelley expected a walk in the park for this non-title bout, he's not getting it from Pete Taliaferro. We're approaching the halfway mark in this bout, and Pete shows signs of going nowhere except forward.
Good fight to bring the most out of Kelley with Taliaferro right there and making him extend himself.
Big left hand to hurt Pete Taliaferro, and this round is long, folks. Kevin Kelley got an extra 8 seconds, and he made the most of it with a big left hand. And that man's fortunate it came at the end.
Come on. Keep. Good. Turnover. More patience.
Well, give Kevin Kelley a little encore time here. He makes the most of it, coming over the left hand. The right thrown up from that stance, and a few seconds for Kevin Kelley was gold.
He did indeed make the most of it, and let's see how Pete Taliaferro can respond now as he comes out to the 6th round. He was scheduled for 10. Kevin Kelley in the green, the WBC featherweight champion, and Pete Taliaferro from Mobile, Alabama, a junior lightweight of note who comes into this match with a 26-3 record, 19 KOs. Kelley 40-0, one of those rare birds in boxing today who is active, boxes a lot, and always wins.
You can see him going 7 or 8 times a year, keeping the record intact, and so many times you see it. They are the best conditioned fighters. They're always near the gym and in it, and that's why the record continues to get better. And they make a shambles of the argument of waiting for your big shot. You go earn your big shot. Kelley with a 20-punch edge, and also a 20-punch edge. He was 40 for 60 in the power shot department, and it gives you some indication of why he's happy to fight inside.
A very interesting and exciting round, one in which Taliaferro also got some things done. Kelley now whacking him. Remember, he had Taliaferro kind of hurt toward the end of the round, and the strength of Kelley now becoming a factor. And Dave, he's going to the body more too, Kevin Kelley.
We did not see that earlier, but he senses that Taliaferro is weakening now, and he's going to try to wear him down some more.
Kelley has landed some big left hands here and turns to righty, where he's been very effective.
And then right back to the southpaw stance. It's all in the hips. When you're watching Kelley turn, watch how fast he does it, and that's how he's able to get away with it. We've seen many fighters switch, and they take too much time doing it, so they're vulnerable.
That's a very good point. Kelley now is very quickly to righty, now back to lefty. We saw Clarence Adams switch to lefty. He was a normal right-hander a little bit in the first fight. He did it very effectively in his win over Tony Parks. And now we're seeing Kevin Kelley do the same thing. Oh, huge left hooks. You see it, and boy, he nailed Pete Taliaferro with those shots.
In fact, you're seeing Kelley trying to switch even as the punch is coming toward him. He's trying to dodge the shot in a way that he can spring it to power from the other side.
Well, the IBF champion in his weight division, Tom Boom Boom Johnson, very fine fighter. Many people would love to see Kevin Kelley and Johnson in the ring together.
And they've had some verbal sparring sessions about it in the last month or so.
And as evidenced by this match, apparently Kevin Kelley's not adverse to stepping up in weight. Maybe he'll be looking for a junior lightweight championship somewhere down the road here. Oh, I think there's a couple guys in that division you might be interested in.
Oh, we think we could make a fight for him.
See, there's that Olympic guy. What's his name again? Big punches on the inside by Kevin Kelley. He has Pete Taliaferro in some difficulty now. We'll see what happens in round 7.
NBA World Champions Houston rocket to Cleveland. Wednesday at 8 on Sky Sports.
How do you keep getting rid of stains like this, chocolate, without fading colours to this? A real problem with some traditional powders, but not with Ariel Colour. It's got a unique Colour Plus system. The bleaching agents have been taken out, and they've put in colour-safe stain digesters. To prove it, I was asked to try it. After just one wash, Ariel Colour got the chocolate out, unlike some other powders. The more it's cleaned, the more it fades. But with Ariel Colour, it's clean and still green, even after 20 washes. So to get your whole wash clean, don't change your colours, change your washing powder. We did, didn't we? Ariel Colour digests stains without bleaching out colours.
One reason Kevin Kelley is such a talented fighter. Look at the different ways he throws the left hand in such a short period of time. He threw a leaping left cross right after that.
We're into round 7 in our main event. 10-rounder, non-title fight for Kevin Kelley, the WBC Superweight champion. Superweight, I created a new weight, featherweight.
That hasn't been done yet, a new weight.
Let's have a superweight champion.
That will be between featherweight and junior lightweight, the 128-pound division.
There it is, and there's the numbers, and you can see that he's been super in this fight.
He's piling up the lead in the last round, 47-30 for Kelley as far as punches landed, and he's getting his volume up to 83. And we can see him peak in the 90 to 100 range when everything is going his way, and he wants to wage a boxing type of fight.
Your scorecard, and you've got Kelley pretty far ahead.
Starting to expand his lead here.
And he has hurt Taliaferro, I think, in the last couple rounds, Dave. Some of those straight left hands that he's hit him with have really made an impact.
Yet he's had no real desire to try to gamble for this knockout. He seems content with the work.
You know, I'm getting intrigued with him when he turns righty. There he is again. I'd like to see Kevin Kelley fight righty more. Let's see how well he does. And this would be the fight to do it in because it is a non-title bout.
Things are going his way. It's the perfect fight for experimentation.
Sometimes boxers, I remember Michael Nunn in his heyday. He was really fighting well and almost seemed like he couldn't lose. He never switched to righty much, but I saw him in sparring as a righty. He was spectacular, and never felt like you wanted to do it that much during the fight, but I always thought it would have been an interesting ploy in this fight.
And this would be the perfect opportunity for anybody. Not much at stake. As far as the future is concerned, you always want to look good, of course, but they can't take the title in any case. So work on it a lot, and he has done that. Kevin Kelley has really made it very intriguing with the way he's gone both ways here.
Left hand underneath by Kelley. Pete Taliaferro now coming after him, and you got to give him credit. Even though he took a pounding in the last couple of rounds, Pete is going after Kevin Kelley because he knows this is, as we said, his chance to make a mark. Good right hand by Taliaferro. Nice short one.
It's only a non-title fight for Kelley, really. For Taliaferro, this is really his whole career coming in.
That right hand, I think, really got to Pete Taliaferro. And there's another good combination. Now Kelley throwing combinations. And the straight left getting there with regularity. Well, it's been another very good main event. And we've had a number of them over the weeks, and next week should be good too. Verno Phillips and Santos Cardona. That one I'm looking forward to. Just down the road in New Orleans. So round 7 is an exciting and interesting one, and one in which Kevin Kelley hurt Taliaferro.
Four of the greatest golfers in the world are in Hawaii for the USPGA Grand Slam of Golf. Ernie Els, winner of the US Open. Nick Price, winner of 2 majors this year. Jose Maria Olazabal, winner of the US Masters. And the great white shark himself, Greg Norman. Only the best make it to the Grand Slam of Golf. Ford Scorpio Golf USA, tonight at 11, live on Sky Sports.
In a perfect world, there'd be no such thing as traffic jams. Traffic cones wouldn't exist. You'd never see a red light. And always find a parking space. But driving isn't really like this. So we developed Shell Helix, a range of oils specially designed to make sure that at least your engine runs perfectly smoothly. Oil for the real world.
In the perfect world, the roads are absolutely clear again.
And more of the mastery of Kevin Kelley. Now he gets Taliaferro in the corner. Able to land a couple shots. Taliaferro is still game, though, and Kelley shows a lot in his arsenal.
Round 8. Al Bernstein, Dave Von Tempo. We're happy you're with us for this edition of Top Rank Boxing. Kevin Kelley, the WBC featherweight champ in the green. Pete Taliaferro in the black. There's been a bout in which Kelley has mostly had his way, but this youngster from Mobile, Alabama, Dave, I think has made a statement here tonight.
He's helped bring out the best in Kevin Kelley by being right there and making Kelley use all of his reflexes and all of his instincts. Taliaferro tightened it up in round 7. Maybe one of the judges will give it to him. That could be a split round the way the judges see it.
Very close indeed. Both men landing a pretty good percentage there. Kelley again switching to righty, but again quickly back to lefty. And what a different personality for Taliaferro as we look at your scorecard, Dave.
As Kelley with a big lead, again the last round close, but Taliaferro very competitive in making Kelley fight and really taking his best opportunities here.
Kevin Kelley getting cute there and paid for it. Walked away and then came back and hit him. That's a Lonnie Smith move. Remember Lonnie Smith?
He had his share of them one time using the referee as a screen.
Yeah.
One of his fights.
Always had an interesting move. He'd walk away, then look back at his opponent and quickly jump on him with a punch. Won the junior welterweight championship that way.
There was somebody with one heck of a champ that wasn't well appreciated during the years.
We're more than halfway through round 8. is scheduled for 10. And in this round, Pete Taliaferro, I think, David, doing pretty well, pushing Kelley back and landing some excellent shots like that right hand.
We're seeing some of what was there earlier for Taliaferro when Kelley is directly in front of him, not many angles. And Taliaferro gets the chance to slug here.
Big left hook by Taliaferro. Oh, and a right hand hurts him and drives him against the ropes. Kelley with the jab and the straight left hand. You got a good view of it.
He was looking to lure Taliaferro in. Kelley trying to set up his left hand there.
Half a minute left to go in round 8. In a very entertaining junior lightweight match.
You never know what happens if Kelley gets a little bit too cute here. Taliaferro has been right there looking for one mistake.
Good straight left hand to the head of Taliaferro. Kelley trying to lure him in the counter now and doing very well with it. Another good straight left at the bell. So Kelley punctuates a good effort.
Go. Why are you making my life difficult? A box, no problem. Oh, first thing, so you're hard now. You're not breathing properly. Wait.
Got it.
And 4 hours. Spit it out. 9. Come on. You need to not let him try.
We head into round 9. Kevin Kelley in the black, or in the green, and Pete Taliaferro in the black.
Not a bad effort there by Taliaferro to get this far. He's 100 punches down to a very skilled fighter and a champion. And Taliaferro has thrown a good deal through 8 rounds. He has stepped it up.
He is throwing more than he normally does. He normally averages about 50 punches around, and he is landing more. He normally lands about 34%. A couple of junior lightweights here on Top Rank Boxing.
This has been more of an X's and O's type performance than we've ever seen from Kelley, really. He's tried to work on a few things in this fight, especially the switching, the angles, and testing out the power in this new division.
Kelley, a 27-year-old who has defended his featherweight title twice, one of them a classic against Jesse Benavides. And he is looking to conquer new worlds, and maybe some of those worlds would include stepping up in weight.
He's been a classic fans fighter, gotten off the deck to win fights, shows a lot of heart, character, and in this case, versatility tonight as well.
In the middle rounds, he had Taliaferro, it would appear, hurt a couple of times, but he has come back here. Has hung in well.
This has been an excellent style for Taliaferro to look good against, as you see some blood coming out of his nose, and Kelley was bloodied earlier in the nose as well.
Kelley in front of him. Kelley jab getting in, and that jab looked like it stunned Taliaferro. And you see the blood now really starting to flow from the nose. Left hand, and now Pete Taliaferro looks like he's hurt.
And Kelley's starting to sense that now. Now we're seeing some of the hand speed that he is noted for.
But I'll tell you, as he comes in, Taliaferro is counterpunching fairly effectively. Again, the left hand gets there by Kelley. So in round 9, Kevin Kelley has done the job and maybe had one of his better rounds in the fight.
Yet still fighting rather evenly. Not gambling in this fight like we've seen him in other ones.
There goes Pete Taliaferro from a good straight left hand. Just barely beats the count. So Kevin Kelley punctuates an excellent 9th round with the knockdown.
Well, Kelley manages to unload here. The right hand setting up. There's a straight left. The knockdown finally comes. That shot's been there for him, and now finally he moves a little bit. A subtle movement after the jab, setting up, and he landed the big power shot behind it, and Taliaferro used the whole count. Would not have been surprising if they had stopped it in the corner between rounds. It looks like he doesn't really want to come out.
Pete Taliaferro, who has fought bravely and well during this bout, knocked down in that 9th round. Well, let's see if he's got it together here for the 10th. And I've been commenting on this the last 3 or 4 weeks because we've seen it a lot. Bravo to Kevin Kelley for not trying to sneak another shot in as the fighter was almost down.
He showed the good sportsmanship, and Kelley opening it up his biggest individual margin of the fight, 42 to 16. And an astounding percentage connection of 59% to Kevin Kelley.
Dave, I think this fight is there for Kevin Kelley to win by knockout.
It's been there. I'm almost surprised they let the fight go to the 10th, and they stop it here.
Excellent job of refereeing. Good effort by Pete Taliaferro. Some of the fans are distressed, but he was going to take a lot more punishment. And for Kevin Kelley, well, we know he entertained the crowd. He entertained us. And in an odd kind of way, probably did entertain Pete Taliaferro.
Yeah, gave him entertaining thoughts of fighting somebody else. That was a good display of overall tools by Kevin Kelley. Taliaferro fought bravely, very tired at the end of the fight. That's a good stoppage.
It really was. This young man will go on to fight another day. Showed us an aggressiveness and certain skills that we had not seen before from him in his previous outings on our show. And for this man, Kevin Kelley, anxious to see him in some future championship matchups. And we will find out momentarily everything we wanted to know about this stoppage of the fight. In fact, I believe Ed Darien is up there in the center of the ring. Let's see if we can go to him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Martin Casino stops this bout at 38 seconds of the 10th round, and a winner by a TKO, still undefeated, the Flushing Flash, Kevin Kelley. Kelley. And have a nice round of applause for Peter Taliaferro. Let's hear it for him.
So Pete Taliaferro gets a loss, but still fought gamely. And for Kevin Kelley, a terrific win.
Hope you'll agree, a real value for money fight, and he's a champion who likes to keep very, very busy. But why is he dabbling in the super featherweight division, Duke?
It looks very physically big to me, and I feel that